Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we are setting a completely high-energy, no-nonsense tone to shatter this massive myth in the business world, the myth of the easy button in sales. If you're an online marketer or a business owner who is really trying to scale, well, this executive summary of Jeb Blount's Fanatical Prospecting is absolutely your ultimate wake-up call.
So let me ask you a direct question. Why is your sales pipeline empty? Seriously, it's a universal pain point. We see so many marketers and entrepreneurs suffer through an anemic pipeline and this brutal feast or famine income cycle. You know how it goes. You get a few great clients, you get a little comfortable, you stop hunting, the project ends, and suddenly, bam, you're staring at an empty inbox, starving again. Author Jeb Blount hits us with a pretty brutal truth here. He basically says there is absolutely no easy button in sales. Prospecting is hard, emotionally draining work, and it's literally the price you have to pay to earn a high income. Sustained success, that requires looking the pain of rejection straight in the eye and just doing the hard work anyway. It means moving way past the comfort of tweaking your website and actually getting out there to find clients.
All right, let's dive right in by mapping out our actionable pillars to completely transform your lead generation process. We're going to cover the superstar prospecting mindset, protecting your golden hours, the art of interrupting, social selling and outbound, and finally, a daily prospecting routine checklist.
Moving right into Section 1, the superstar prospecting mindset and how we escape that feast or famine cycle.
There's this crazy stark contrast in how different marketers actually operate. Average performers, well, they kind of just wait around. They're reactive, they rely entirely on passive inbound leads, and you'll always hear them complaining about bad territories or algorithm changes. Superstars, on the other hand, treat lead generation like it's oxygen. They're proactive, they're disciplined, and they obsessively fill their pipeline every single day. They definitely don't wait for luck, they create their own through sheer hustle.
So what actually separates the top 1% of earners from literally everyone else? It's fanatical prospecting. That's the relentless, obsessive habit of just turning over rocks and interrupting prospects daily. It's this extreme, uncritical enthusiasm to prospect in good times when your roster is totally full, and in bad times when you are desperate for revenue.
Okay, Section 2, protecting your golden hours, because time really is the great equalizer.
24. That's it. That's the exact number of hours every single marketer, owner, and sales rep gets each day. Time is the great equalizer here, but the superstars, they optimize those 24 hours entirely differently by acting like the absolute CEO of their own schedule. They do not let their inbox or a random Slack message dictate their morning. They ruthlessly categorize their activities.
The real superstars separate their day into two distinct buckets. First, you've got your golden hours. This is prime selling time strictly dedicated to revenue-generating contact. Second, you have your platinum hours. Now, this is the time you use before or after the sales day for research, planning, and all those admin tasks. You know, you really shouldn't be building target lists at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. That time is for executing. You absolutely must separate your preparation from your execution to maximize your return on effort.
Now, I want you to ask yourself, are you letting these three excuses sabotage your sacred golden hours? I'm talking about the 3 Ps: procrastination, perfectionism, and paralysis from analysis. You know what I mean? Waiting for the perfect time to call, checking your email inbox just one more time, or spending 45 minutes researching a prospect's college major and their dog's name just to feel prepared. Let's be real. These are productivity killers, and they are actively stealing your commission.
Let's move to Section 3, the art of interrupting and how to actually engage those hard-to-reach prospects.
Look, you have to stop waiting for inbound leads. Start interrupting their day. Those high-value, lucrative accounts you're always dreaming about, they almost never respond to passive marketing funnels. Their inboxes are flooded. Their calendars are totally packed. If you want their business, you must proactively and professionally interrupt their day.
So here's Blount's incredibly concrete 5-step framework for the phone. First, get their attention by using their name. Second, identify yourself. Third, tell them exactly why you're calling. Fourth, you bridge, meaning you give them a highly relevant because tied to their business. And fifth, ask for what you want, usually a quick meeting, and then completely shut up. Silence is your absolute best friend here. It sounds a bit like this. Hi, Sarah. This is John. I'm calling to schedule a brief meeting because we just helped a similar firm boost conversions. I'd like to grab 15 minutes next Tuesday to share how. Does that work for you? And then, pure silence. You got to strip away the fluff and respect the busy prospect's time.
Now, of course, they're going to push back, right? You'll get a reflex response like, oh, I'm too busy, or just send me an email. Here is how you handle what Blount calls RBOs, reflex responses, brush-offs, and objections. You judo flip them. First, anchor, to manage your own emotion. Next, disrupt their expectation by actually agreeing with them. Say something like, hey, I figured you'd be busy. And then confidently ask for that commitment again. You want to pull the prospect toward you instead of arguing with them.
Which brings us to Section 4, social selling and outbound, also known as the omni-channel execution.
Okay, I've got a bit of tough love for the online marketers out there. Social selling is not selling. Please do not pitch on social media. Don't be that person sending a massive 4-paragraph pitch in a LinkedIn direct message the literal second someone accepts your connection request. It will instantly destroy your reputation and whatever trust you had. People want to connect and learn, not be pitched to.
You really need to understand the totally distinct roles of these two channels. Social selling, that's passive and long-term. The goal there is just to build familiarity. Outbound calling is active and immediate. Its entire goal is to actually book appointments. So, social selling warms up the relationship and lowers buyer friction, which makes your active outbound calls exponentially more effective.
So, effective social execution really comes down to the 5 C's: connecting with prospects after a touch point, content creation to position yourself as an expert, content curation, where you're providing valuable outside insights, conversion through really intentional inbound generation, and finally, consistency, just showing up with discipline every single day. Just make sure you time box this stuff, you know? Don't let social media scrolling become this huge time waster that suddenly bleeds right into your golden hours.
Finally, Section 5, Daily Prospecting Routine Checklist. This is your concrete system for execution.
All right, here is your definitive daily checklist. 1. Use your platinum hour for prep, build those lists, and do your research before the day even starts. 2. Block your golden hours. Completely shut off all emails and distractions. 3. Execute your outbound calls running that 5-step framework we talked about. 4. Admin follow-up. Log everything into your CRM during a specifically designated block, not right in the middle of your calling block. And 5. Social nurture. Send those connection requests and thank you notes. Being totally consistent in this exact routine is the ultimate cure for an empty pipeline.
I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. I want you to audit your schedule right now. Take a really hard look. Do your calendar blocks reflect a fanatical prospector, or are they just filled with the 3 Ps and random busy work? It is time to stop wishing things were easier and start working to become better. Embrace the grind, fiercely protect those golden hours, and start dialing. Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Now get out there and fill that pipe.
Subscribe for more actionable executive summaries, and if you want deeper insights and exclusive content, support the channel on Patreon. You'll find the link in the description.